Lights on, cameras waking up, coffee down, creativity up. From card and paper to paint and thread, every idea living in our heads. Makers gather from near and far, kitchen tables turn into works of art. If you love craft, you are in the right place. Pull up a chair, come join the space. We talk, we laugh, we learn together. Every skill, every style, every weather. From first time makes to pros who know every story starts with hello. This is Craft O'Clock. Come on in, amazing interviews. Let the demos begin from the people you know and the ones you love. Sharing ideas, lifting each other up. It is Craft What Craft, your creative home where inspiration never crafts alone. 10, 9, 8, get ready. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are live, it is Craft O'Clock. We are live, it is Craft O'Clock. We are live, it is Craft O'Clock. Craft O'Clock, Craft O'Clock. We are live, it is Craft O'Clock. Craft O'Clock, Craft O'Clock. We are live, it is Craft O'Clock.
Yes! What a build-up indeed. Good afternoon. I hope you're all good. And I hope you're all well. I was a bit like Animal then, wasn't I? I've just watched it back on the feed. A bit like Animal from the Muppets. Going all crazy. How are we? It's Thursday. It's rare we see each other on a Thursday morning. Let's be fair. It's normally a Thursday night. And it is a Thursday night as well. Double bill today. Double Bubble Thursday is what we're going to call it. I've just renamed it. We've got live now. And then we're live tonight at 9 o'clock as well, where we're going to have a go at that water pastel picture that Carla set me earlier today. I've got to remember how to do it. That's a 12 o'clock problem. That's a 2 o'clock problem. I hope you're good and I hope you're well. Come on in, take a seat. You know how this works by now. Crafty Sam says, loving the intro. I thought we'd go big band today. I thought we'd do a little big band number. Dave's in. Good afternoon, Dave. Lisa's here as well. Good afternoon, Dan. Welcome to Craft O'Clock. Gang Cake. Kate is here. She's live. She'll be live with me very shortly. Now, I know she's not listening to this bit, so we're all good and well. I want you to give big, warm welcomes. I know you will. I know you're going to do this. I know you are. But big, warm welcomes. So, let me give you some of the background. You know here, on Craft O'Clock, I like a scoop. I like gossip. I like world launches. It's what we do. It's what we do on Craft O'Clock. We get the scoops from the main channel. So you've got Hobby Maker. That's all good and well. We get the scoops. We go behind the scenes and find stuff that the main channel hasn't got time to do, to be perfectly honest. That's what we do here. And when I was rooting around Kat's desk a couple of weeks ago, having a little rummage through the files, seeing what was coming up, I saw Kate's name. And then when I went back in on the Monday, that was the Sunday, on the Monday I went, who's this Kate I want to know? It said Kate, no. She said, oh, it's a new guest about quilling, PD Quilling. I want them, I said. I want them before anybody else gets their grubby little hands on them. I want them. And that is what we've done. We have managed a scoop to get Kate live. This is her first, genuinely, and she'll tell you herself, bless her. First time doing socials, first time doing live TV, brand new to the world of TV crafting. Been crafting for years, and we're going to go through all of that. But I want you to show some love, okay? I need you to show some love. So please put your hands together. Give you a very warm welcome to the one, the only, soon to be a legend, I feel, in these Hobby Maker parts. It is the one and only from PD Quilling. Kate's here, everyone. Yes, indeed. How are you, lovely?
I'm fine. That's a very nice welcome.
You're
Just
more
hope
than
everybody
welcome.
else likes it.
Don't you? They will. They're nice here. They're a nice bunch, they are. They're a lovely bunch of people. So, You are Kate. Welcome to the Hobbymaker family. Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome. Let's get your intros out the way and why you're here. So you are on air on the 10th of March.
I am, yes. I think it's at 4:00, but I might be mistaken. It could move. Who knows?
It could move. It's a long way away. Yeah, anything could happen between now and then.
That's 6 weeks.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
a
a
long.
bit scary.
That's March. We've got to get February out the way first. We've got to do
Well,
February
true.
first.
Yeah.
But we thought we'd have you on Craft O'Clock first of all to welcome you to the family first of all. And so we can sort of get your brand out there so we know what you do. We know what we're in for when you come to the TV. And people like, when you go to the TV, you won't be like, oh, who is this? She was on Craft O'Clock. She's a very big deal. This is what we're talking about. This is the way we move. This is the way we roll. There's a lot of love for you in the chat as well, Kate. So don't be... We're all good. We're all good. There's a lot of love for you.
It's great. Thank you.
In the chat. So let's go all the way back. Before we go to what's coming up on TV... on the 10th of March, let's go back in your history if we can. So, how did all this start? When did you know you had a passion for craft?
I think I've always had a passion for craft, although, as we were discussing earlier, I can't really remember what I did as a child, but I've always enjoyed craft. I know once I had the kids, got 3 kids, they're all, well, not all grown up, but the youngest is 15, so not interested in craft anymore. We used to craft together. We used to make all sorts of stuff, play with Play-Doh and make loads of mess. How much paint can you get everywhere? So that's I suppose when it started. But when you've got kids, you haven't really got time to do your own crafting. You end up just enjoying crafting with the children.
That's true. That's true. You have to do what they want to do.
Yeah, you haven't got time or the energy to do it once they've gone to bed. You just want to just...
No, it's true. I had the same thing last night. I thought, I really should practice for tonight. But in the end, I ended up watching 3 hours of the Eras Tour concert.
Okay.
The documentary about Taylor Swift, which I never thought I'd ever watch, but it's very, very good. Yeah, so I know exactly where you're coming from. So you didn't have the passion to start with, as in when you were kids, because we just didn't have the time. We understand that. Yeah. So where did the love come from then? If it wasn't with the kids, because normally it starts and that's how it builds up. So where did the passion come from to go into this?
Into quilling, I felt so. A friend of mine had a birthday card that was quilled. I can't remember. I think it might have been a sheep, but I can't remember. Okay. And I just thought, I want to try that. And had no idea what it was, how to do it. So I just went on YouTube and found out how to do it, bought some bits, asked for bits for birthdays, Christmas, got kits, and just built it up from there. But alongside, at that point, I was also doing all sorts of other crafts. So I was sewing, crocheting, lino printing. I even tried to go at pyrography, the wood, burning the wood.
Wood burning one.
I wasn't very good at that. My hand's not steady enough.
That one scares me.
Yeah, it's quite nice, but I'm not very good at it. Doing sort of beaded jewellery making, so I was doing all sorts of crafts, and just used to do it as a hobby and giving stuff to friends and family as gifts.
So did you ever go down the paper... Obviously you were doing your quilling, which is a form of papercraft, but did you ever go down the papercraft route, like the card making and the toppers, or was it lino, like all the craft that you've just said?
No, I did do paper crafting as well. I did make cards. I've still got it. I'm trying to get rid of it because I don't use it anymore, but I used to have a Sissic machine, the one...
Yeah, the big shop.
Big shop. Yeah, I had one of them, and used to make loads of cards. Always, my Christmas cards were... and still are to a large extent, because they only go to family and friends, are all handmade. So I used to always make all, stuff and buy all the paper and had loads of cards and everything. I was a bit obsessed, I suppose. I used to just make whatever I could. And if I even now I go into a craft shop and I just want to buy everything. But obviously
it becomes an addiction.
Space.
No, I'm the same.
Yeah. But I haven't got space anymore. So I can't.
So you did you go from that? So did you go from trying a bit of everything, like we all do? We all try a bit of everything, and then you honed in on quilling. What was it then about quilling that you honed in on? You thought, I've done all these crafts. I've tried lino printing. I've tried crochet and knitting, and I've tried card making with the big shop, but it's not for me. I like the quilling. Where did that come from?
I think it's just the magic of having strips of paper that are turned into amazing pictures. And it's just, it looks, you look at a piece of paper and it's nothing, but you create something. I don't know. It's quite magical. I think it's a bit of and it's such a sort of a niche craft at the minute. It's not like, I mean, some people, when I do craft fairs, they don't even know what it is, and some people don't believe that it's paper. When I'm showing them stuff, it's like, nope, everything I sell is made of paper, obviously apart from the picture frame, but people don't always believe that, and I think that's possibly where it came from. It was the fact that it was different. It was, and it's, yeah, you don't walk into a craft fair and see like 5 or 6 people quilling. You see 5 or 6 people with crochet or sort of silver jewelry, and and there's nothing wrong with that. They're great and they all have their place. And I did enjoy crochet, but I never quite got up to the standard. I have made a few things. Blankets were my main thing. But quilling, just, I don't know. There was just something about it that I enjoyed, that you can make whatever you want with it. And it's not with things like crochet or sewing, you've got to follow some sort of pattern to be able to make. And I know there are lots of patterns for quilling, but I quite like creating my own designs and creating something that's unique. So it's, it's difficult to say, but it's just something about it that you can make.
We like it.
Just, I mean.
Well, you then moved into the world of jewellery, didn't you? Because obviously PD Quilling came later on, as it were. You had Purple Days first of all.
Yes,
was Purple Day sort of one of those things that I've made all this stuff, I'm going to try and sell it like I do at craft fairs? Because I've been flicking through it this morning. Some of the stuff on there is phenomenal.
I mean, I think I'd been making stuff, and then we went to a local art fair, art event in our village, Art at the House, and my husband Nick was sort of saying, well, you could make some stuff, you could sell stuff here, your stuff's just is good enough to sell. So from that, it was like, yeah, why not? Why don't I give it a go? And at the time, I only did quilled pictures. I also did beaded jewellery and lino print cards. But that's where Purple Days came from. And it was just, we'd already got the name Purple Days. I was going to do all sorts of things on a website, but then it became the craft stuff. And it was only sort of, I think, so that opened in 2021. And it was in 2023 that I decided to move away from anything that wasn't quilling, and just did all quilling. So I make quilled jewellery, quilled cards, quilled pictures, and quilled magnets.
Yeah, show me. Have you got? I know you've got some there. I can see some of the earrings on the side of the chair.
These are my magnets. Oops, there we go.
Look at them, people.
My hands are shaking. So.
You're fine. You're absolutely fine.
But I like my sheep. They do, so they're all really good magnets that I make. And then I've got some jewellery that I also, still not quite used to this.
You're good.
So that's the quilled. Check this one, these, which are made with shiny paper. Don't know if you can see them. They've moved.
Oh, they're beautiful. And this is what we talk about when we say it on TV, and my nan goes mad at me for it every time I say it, but it's one of those things that you can, if you want to, that is, I know not everybody wants to, but you can make a business from what your passion is. And everything has a value for it. And as I say, I was flicking through your website this morning, and I've got it up now. Your jewellery is phenomenal on there. And I suppose that's where you could go to with the wonderful world of quilling that we're going to talk about in a minute, that it's not just like the photos that we see behind you. You can move it into jewellery, into magnets, into... You
can make anything, really. I haven't got anything out at the minute, but I make Christmas decorations as well. So Yeah, I mean, I've got a wreath, a reindeer, and some snowflakes that I make for Christmas. I have thought about doing just general household sort of decorations. I just haven't got around to it yet. It just, there's not enough
So,
hours in the day.
no, we were talking about this before we came live earlier. There's never enough hours in the day. So let's move forward on this journey. So, Purple Days became. Was it more of a hobby? So you're doing the craft fairs. You've got Purple Days on the website where you're just selling what you make, and you're making for pleasure, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to sort of make money with it. My mental health had been quite bad, and so I hadn't gone out to work for quite some, especially when my youngest was little. Um, and I needed something. I needed something to do. And I think that's where the crafting sort of really took hold.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just the fact that, well, yeah, if people want to buy it, then people can buy it. And I've had a few commissions where people have asked for sort of specific things. I do make some cats, which I don't know if I've got any left on the website, and they've always gone really well. So yeah, I suppose it was a bit of a hobby, but it was also trying to make a bit of an income. But it's also, you get, when you make stuff, I mean, a lot of crafters will realize this, you get too much stuff to put in your house, so you need to have somewhere to put it. I mean, especially the jewelry, because I've got so much of it. It's like people are getting a bit bored of having earrings and necklaces for Christmas and birthdays, and it's like, Kate, can I have something different for my Christmas present? So as much as they like things that have been handmade, they also want stuff that's maybe not quill jewelry, for a
No.
change. So yeah, so I suppose it just sort of evolved, really. And when I first started doing it, when I look back at my sort of first event with my quilling, and I just look at the pictures, and they were so, from my point of view, they were quite basic. They weren't, when I did them, I thought, oh, these are ace, these are really, really good. But when I look back, I think, yeah, that's probably why I didn't make loads of sales, because at the time they're not as intricate as what I can do now. But that's like anything, you've got to start
Got to
somewhere.
start
and
somewhere.
and if you enjoy it and you work your way up, you become better, you learn.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm constantly learning new stuff, new ways of making things. And I think that's what I enjoy as well. It's not a, right, I can do it, that's it. But you constantly learning, and you look on, go on YouTube or just on Facebook, you see amazing works of quilling, and you think, wow, that is just all quilling.
No, it is very, very true. And also, so how did you go from making to sort of making a little income and doing your craft fairs? How did PD Quilling come about then? How did you take, because that's, let's be fair, that's a massive leap to go, do you know what? I'm going to do this for a living.
Okay, well, basically, I used to buy my quilling supplies from Quirky Quillers. A lady called Rachel Warrillow was running it. She also had a sort of an online community group.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined that, and sort of she used to do quill and chills, and there was a few of us would chat on an evening and quill, have a drink. And uh, in the summer of, so June 2024, she'd asked the question on the group about, do people use the website? What do you think I could improve, etc., etc. Because Nick, my husband, builds websites, I sort of went back and went, oh, you could do this and you could do that. And I just went back to her and said these things. And she came back and went, all right, I'm really pleased about it, but I may be closing the shop. And at the end of it, she just said, if you ever fancied being a quilling supplies shop, let me know. And I was like, not sure, quite a lot of money, etc., etc. Spoke to Nick, and he went, let's just give it a go. Let's just give it a go. So that was at the end of June. The idea was to start in October, but unfortunately, due to family situation, Rachel wasn't able to continue doing the shop, and we didn't want the customers for Quirky Quillers to be sort of miss out on the stock and everything else. So I took over sort of the word sort of sending out all the orders, basically, fulfilling the orders.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then Nick, beavering away in the background, rapidly, desperately trying to get the website built and everything else. And we went live beginning of September. So basically, we had 2 months going from not having anything and not even having a name to having a website and a shop, and it all house full of paper.
So how long ago was that? How long?
So that was in September 2024. So that's sort of 18 months ago now.
So 18 months ago, there was nothing.
Well, it would be slightly more than that, because it was end of June 2024. And where are we now? Yes, so we had nothing. But luckily, like I say, because Nick builds websites, he built it. We did the photography. Well, some of the photography, some of it we took, because basically Rachel didn't want to sell the shop. She just wanted to sell the stock. She wanted to carry on because she did workshops and stuff like that. So, and she wanted to keep hold of Quirky Quillers, which was fine. So we just bought all the stock and had to buy units and things to be able to put all this stock in, which is why I had to get rid of a lot of my craft stuff, because I didn't have enough room to have all this. And at this point, I was actually I'd gone out to work, so I was actually doing another job as well. But it's one of those things. And yeah, it's just gone from strength to strength, and it's great, and it's lovely to sort of see the same customers come back. Facebook, having chats with people, seeing what they've done. I was at the NEC in November last year, and it was really nice to meet customers that I already knew, but also new customers, and talk to them about quilling and how to quill and everything else. So it's just been a bit of a whirlwind to suddenly have this shop and have orders to pack every day and go up to post office and
that's why I keep out of happy. Has it been? Yeah, that's why I won't do it. Has it been though Lisa? I've got your question. I'm going to ask you a question in a minute. Has it been a massive learning curve? Because obviously you knew the basics of quilling. You knew how to quill. You taught yourself to quill. You did the groundwork, but you did the groundwork as in like the people watching now. Do it as a hobby. We do it as a hobby. We dabble. We dabble in. We dabbled out. Was it a massive learning curve? Because you're still a small business, just you and Nick, your husband, and that is it. You pick, pack, post from the kitchen table, which I love these sorts of companies because they're at the roots of what we do. The big companies are amazing, but it's these small little companies. That's where I grow up, working on TV, and that's how we start, and that's how we. I love to watch people nurture, and they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, which is phenomenal. But has it been one hell of a learning curve in the last 18 months to go, oh, we own all this now. We've got to deliver.
Yeah, it has. I mean, it's been amazing. But yes, getting your orders and having to pack, and like if I have a sale, you can suddenly have like 20 orders to pack, and it's like, oh, okay, right, and you've got boxes all the way around the house because I'm trying to pack all the stuff. But it's been a learning curve on how to do a business. I've done, obviously I had Purple Days before, and actually way back when my middle child was only a baby, I had a online toy store, which we were sold sort of wooden toys and fabric toys. There was no plastic. So yeah, I had that. So I'd had some experience, but this is so different because people know and come to me because they want to buy quilling stuff. It's just about, for me, I suppose, it's getting my name out there for more people to know what quilling is, and to know that we're there and we can sell you some paper and some tools, which all sounds a bit sort of like there isn't anything. But one of the biggest learning curves was actually going to the NEC.
Okay.
We bought far too much stock. We had no idea what to expect. I mean, we did amazingly whilst we're there, but yeah, we had far too much stock with us, and the amount of interest as well. I mean, I did workshops whilst I was there, so I left poor Nick, I left him on his own to, well, basically for nearly 2 hours, because you had to go, set up, do the workshop, come back. And he was there teaching people how to or showing people how to quill. He's not a quiller. He'd quite happily say that himself. He's not a quiller, but he can show people the basics. So yeah, that was a big learning curve doing that. But it was amazing as well. And I think that's what it is. It's just getting new people and having, nice comments when people sort of say thanks for it, thanks for the customer service. People can always ring me and say, I want to buy except this, that, and the other. What would you suggest? And I've gone through, someone was trying to make a card. I think it was a birthday card, anniversary card, and they weren't showing the colours. So I just talked to them and showed them the colours of the paper and what could go right. And I think that's what I enjoy. I enjoy interacting with the customers, which is why the NEC, I think, was so amazing, because you talk to people.
And the NEC is a whole different kettle of fish. That's a
Yes.
whole
Yeah.
new ball game. It's
Yes.
that is genuinely, whether you've been there or you're a supplier, or I think most people in this chat have been to the NEC. It's scary. It's so daunting, even for us. And I swan in and I swan out again. Like, I go in, do a bit of filming, and I come out, because it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Seamless link, loving the seamless link onto beginner kits. How do we start quilling?
Right,
That
so
you've got into this one. But before that, before we do them, and before we get into the nitty gritty of Hobby Maker, this is what you're going to be selling on Hobby Maker. Let's answer these questions, because then the whole next section can be what we're going to do on Hobby Maker. First one's from Lisa, says, when you asked to make a certain thing, we're talking about the commissions that you were given, do you feel the pressure that you might not get them finished in time?
Yes. I mean, it's difficult. I did a necklace for somebody recently. They'd seen one that I'd got. I haven't got it out at the minute, but they wanted it in different colours. But they were actually quite vague with when they wanted it finished, which is never good for me. I need a deadline. I need somebody to say, I want it in 2 weeks' time. So I think if I did a commission, I would always say, depending on what it is that I'm making, I would want a couple of weeks to do stuff. But I think as long as you know what it is that you're making, it doesn't take as long. It's when you're making something new. I did a sunflower for somebody, and that took a bit longer because I'd not made it before. But yeah, you're always I think it's like with anything, you're always going to feel a bit of pressure to get it finished. But it's about being realistic with your timescales and saying to the person that wants something, this is what I think my lead times, and this is what I can achieve. And if for some reason you don't get it finished, communicate that with your client, because you'll know well before the date that you're not going to get it finished. So, and I think it's just about being honest with the clients. But yeah, I always feel a bit of pressure, but that's with anything,
No, it's anything that we do. I'm the same with this, to be honest. Patricia, don't worry. I hope everything goes well at the hospital appointment. She's going to have to leave us because she's got a hospital. See, people drop everything for Craft O'Clock. Remember, we're back this evening though, between 9 and 10 tonight. Phil has asked. This is a big question. I was going to wait till the end for this, Phil, but I'm bringing it in now. Question: would you consider going international, or are you already international?
We're not at the moment. I only sell to the UK, and part of that is to do with insurance, because I had all sorts of problems when I was trying to get my insurance done for PD Quilling, and for this year. The first year was fine, but the second year, because I'm doing workshops, and I was doing workshops for the NEC, I had all sorts of problems. I would like to go international, but it's just difficult, and also it does take longer doing sort of sending stuff. It's something to look into, but it's not. I think it's possibly in the future.
You got to run before you got to walk before you can run.
It's I mean, if you're in America, you can buy a lot of the stuff. There's a couple of companies that I know that sell the same or similar stuff to me. And then, it is difficult, and I know it would be nice possibly to sell to Europe, but it is just to do with insurance at the minute.
It's a future thing. It's a future thing to look into. Yeah. We haven't got to do it all now. If you want, that's like me. I want to do it all now, but you can't. It's you've got
to learn to.
It's a process.
Yeah.
It's a process. Good question, though, Phil. It's a process. And talking
Yeah.
about processes that we've got on here, that talking about international as well, because you're going to be on mainstream TV. You're going worldwide, Kate, is where we're going now. And I'll be
That just makes it very scary. Very scary.
It's, as I said to you a couple of weeks ago on the phone, it's really not. There's three of you in the studio. You can't see anyone. It's a presenter, you, and normally Josh, the floor manager. But it is international, and we are going to talk about the kits that you're going to take on. But before we do that, a question, as you've never been on TV before, it's a perfect time to ask it. Is it a daunting thing? Because this time, say 18 months ago, you could have been watching Crafty Clark, like everyone in the chat now, thinking, oh yeah, it's fine, it's all this. But you are now on it as a supplier, about to go on in 6 weeks' time, about to go on TV. Is that a scary thing to think?
It is, but actually, and it's a bit like when I was at the NEC doing a workshop to 16 people was like, oh my God, I've only ever done it to like 5 or 6 people, not even that probably. But actually, when I get into it, it's fine. So I think having done this now and realising it's not quite as scary as I thought it was going to be. And
I told you it wouldn't, though.
I think once I'm there, I mean, I will be anxious. I mean, like I've mentioned before, I suffer with sort of anxiety and depression. So my anxiety will peak. And it's just, I think it's part of life, getting anxious and things are daunting. I was lying in bed the other night going, what have I done? Why am I doing this? Why am I going on TV? What have I put myself into? But I think once I get there, it should be.
You'll be absolutely fine. They're a lovely bunch of people. They really, really are. And I'm not just saying that because I work there. They genuinely are one of the nicest bunch I've worked with in many, many years of working in the craft industry. They will genuinely rally around and look after you. Let's go to TV. It's the 10th of March is the big day. Sometime between 1 and 9. We know that at the moment that you'll be on, that you've got with this one. Somewhere between 1 and 9 on the 10th of March. You're going to start from the very beginning, which I think is amazing. It's amazing. We're going to start with beginners kits.
Yes.
That we've got on the show. Lisa, we will look at the photos as well behind Kate in a minute because that's what we'll come on to. Also, just for you know, Kate, Josh's mom is here. Josh is with floor manager.
Okay,
this is her mom. She's a big fan, and her son is amazing. And I say that a lot because he is. He made me tea the other day, and he didn't have to. Anyway, because I was on air for 4 hours and I couldn't make a brew. So let's talk kits, because your kits are slightly different. Obviously, we know quilling. Quilling is up and coming. Quilling. Yeah. I'd heard of it, but I'd never tried it. I've tried it briefly on Crafty Clark. You're going to be bringing us beginner kits in these beautiful drawstring bags that we've got. And I know Lisa Morris as well, who's in the chat at the moment. She's a relatively new quiller. We sort of started at the same time, sometimes this year. Or back end of last year. So what is in? Let's start with the beginner kit first of all. Now, for the people in the chat and the people watching this back, the replay crew, which I adore you all. We don't know prices yet because we're too far away for all that. So we don't know prices as to yet. But to get a ballpark, you can go and check on the website. Go and check on the PD Quilling website. That will give you a rough idea of what they're going to be on air. I think this first one off the top of my head is £25. It is, what a memory. £25 that we've got. So that, let's say that for the time being, because that's what it is on your website. No doubt the prices may they're going to get better, and you've got cap postage as well, because there's going to be other things on that show. What are we getting in that first kit? So the beginner's quilling toolkit, what am I getting?
So you get this bag, like you say, it's a nice
a drawstring pump bag.
So you can keep all your stuff in it. So it's there. So when got somewhere safe to keep it. I've always had stuff in boxes, and then the boxes get damaged, and and it takes up too much space. So I went with a nice, and it's also it's user friendly. So in this kit, so all my kits come with information about what's in the kit. So you get a little book note sheet, what's in the kit, so it tells you. I got my first kit, had no idea what some of the tools were for, what you're supposed to do, so I wanted to have something that made it easier for people. So in the kit, and this is for the same for both the kits, the ultimate kit, which is coming up, I'll show you in a minute, has the same basic tools. So you get everything seems to have come out of this one.
No, you're fine. I'm just going to put a thing on the screen so they know when you're on TV. PD Quilling on TV.
You get just the basic quilling tool. You get these are curved edge tweezers, which make life a lot easier when you're trying to take stuff out of your round mould. You get an acrylic glue brush, because if you use a normal paintbrush, it just gets, even if you wipe it and clean it, they always get sticky. And you end up having to buy, because I used to go through loads of paintbrushes. This is a lot easier. You get some nice little mini scissors.
Cute.
In various colours, and they're nice sharp scissors. And they're little. You don't want big scissors when you're trying to deal with little bits of paper.
Are they sharp to the point?
Yeah.
That's what we like.
Yeah. And then you've got a little pot of glue. That's high tack glue, which you've probably heard of if you're crafting. But it's a sticky glue, so if you use normal, just general PVA glue when you're quilling, it'll make your paper a bit wet, and it doesn't dry quick enough. So you want a decent glue. You also get a circle sizer, or as they call it, a round mould. So it's got all the different sizes of sort of
loads of
whatever you're
sizes
going to
on
make.
there.
Yeah. And then you get, in this beginner's kit, you get this mixed pack of paper, 5mm paper. And you also get your instructions on how to quill. So it's got your basic shapes. So you're shown how to do your tight coil, your open coil, your teardrop, and your marquise or eye shape. And it just goes through sort of basic instructions on how to quill. So from that, you could then just have a play with paper and make up some little things. I mean, you can always look on YouTube. There's always loads of ideas on there. But that's your beginner's kit.
So that's the beginner's kit. £25 at the moment. Remember, prices may change. The show's not for another 6 weeks away yet. And you'll have cap postage on this as well. There will be other things on the show. Do not worry. We don't know the time of the show yet. As I say, we're waiting. Julie and Kat are still in the process. We are so far ahead. They've got February to get through first. So Kat and Julie are on it. So that is the beginner's kit. But I think for me, and I'm not just saying this because of the money value and things like that, but for me, the ultimate beginner's kit is the place to start, because and I know people in the chat, and I know what people are like, well, you're going to say that because it's £35, it's more money. It's not because of that at all. It's for the sheer fact you get a project. You get something to actually start the kit with, don't you? And is that the difference between the two kits?
It basically, so that it comes in the same bag, just a different name on it. You get the only extra thing, well, a couple of extra things. You get you can't see it because it's clear. You get a template. So when you make your flowers, you can make them even. If you're like me and you like things to look even, you can use that to put all your flowers together.
Cute.
You also get, obviously, again, you get the information about what's in your kit. And you get, because, as Adam's just mentioned, you get a little project on making 2 cards, quilled flower cards. So you get the cards that come with it, and they both come with envelopes as well. So that's just printed on grass. And then you get, so with this quilled
there you go
flowers, you get more paper. So you get the greens for doing the leaves, and you've got pinks and purples, just because we had to pick a colour, and that's the colour we went for. And you also get some yellow paper. Now that is actually different paper to this. These ones are 5mm paper, and this is a 3mm paper, but it's also tant, which has got a slightly different texture to it.
Is that the Japanese tant paper?
It is the Japanese tant paper, and it is really nice to work with because it's got a little bit more stability. It's got the same GSM as the other paper, but it just has, I don't know, it's just a lot nicer to work with. So
Okay.
yeah, so you get the instructions on how to make some flowers, and afterwards you can go on then and make more flowers because you've got loads and loads of paper. You could possibly, you can make 2 or 3 flowers and put it all on the same picture. And I have to say I prefer, and obviously it's my kit, but I prefer the one with the little projects. And if I was starting, that's what I would go for.
I
And I
know.
know at the NEC, because we launched it at the NEC, a lot of people went for the slightly enhanced one, the ultimate kit, because it had that project with it.
Well, it's also a nice giftable kit
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you've got on here, and it is. And why is it giftable? I hear you, Craig. Well, it's a ready-made kit. You haven't got to worry about. I don't know how to make flowers. Yes, you get the instructions, but you only get the instructions on how to do the coils, on how to
yeah,
do
yeah,
the eyes and things like that. This will
yeah,
literally hold your hand
yeah,
every single step
yeah.
of the way. Lisa says, I can't believe you get the scissors and the quilling board in the kit. Good value for money. Well, as I say at the moment, these prices are just what's on PD Quilling's website. We're not talking TV prices yet because they will change. Obviously, I don't think they're going to go up. I might be wrong. It's not my business. It's nothing to do with me.
I think it'd be a bit strange if I put them up. Anyway.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to go up. I've been in the game for a while, so I don't think they're going to go up. I don't think they're only going to go down, or they're going to match the prices that are currently on the website. But remember, through Hobbymaker, you have got cap postage of $4.95 as well across the board. So, do you know, and this is really putting you on spot, and I didn't ask you this question before we went live. I can only apologise. Do you know what else is going to be on the show? Because obviously you're going to have the 2 kits there. Is there going to be extra projects that you can show us that's going to be on the kit on the show?
I don't know. I mean, one of the things, I'm just going to bear with me a minute. We've got mixed packs of colours. So this purple that I showed you in the green,
Yes.
we do a full pack of all the colours. So it's got yellows and oranges, it's got blues, it's got reds, it's also got neutral colours, so your browns and your blacks. So we're going to be selling them as well, and they come in a nice little organza bag as well. So that's definitely something we're going to have. The rest I don't know yet. I think it's possibly because it's my first one. I was thinking just of having the beginner kits, and then I know in the future I am thinking of, because I do a lot of 3D stuff. So
look at that, people. Look at that.
It's a tassel kit, and we've got it in. It's a Christmassy type one.
Oh, look at this.
So, but there's also 2 more to go with that I haven't. These aren't my designs. These are Julia, who's my main supplier. So I get the kits with their instructions, which, as they're Chinese, don't always make sense in English. So I then go through, make it make sense, make a nice booklet. So the booklets are like these.
Okay.
So there'll be some more of them. But we also, with 3D, whilst we're talking about 3D.
Now, I wanted
look at this.
I was flicking through this I saw it on your website, and I can't find where it is now for the life of me.
It'll be under kits somewhere.
Oh, found it. So you have got these amazing, and I think you are very different for this one. 3-dimensional flowers. You've got daffodils on your website that are on there. You've got a stunning hanging basket picture. You've got the glass baubles. Look at that.
And I think one thing that I'm quite keen to say is that when you're doing quilling, it doesn't necessarily matter. It doesn't look exactly like the picture that you've got. I know some of my stuff doesn't look exactly the same as what Julia stuff does. I'm currently working on a 9 square flower, so there's some tiny little flowers. So they're with 3mm paper, which I don't always recommend for beginners, but if you're happy and you're very dexterous, then it's fine. But I'm sort of learning new stuff and how to make different flowers. That's more of a picture. So which is like, if I go in the wrong way.
Yeah, go on. No, you're fine. You're fine.
So that's the hanging basket. So that's a picture, but it's all, so it's mostly coils. And then this one, this is couple cats. This is this only came out a couple of weeks ago. but it's made with loads and loads of hearts. So if you're looking for something for Valentine's Day,
Well, what I'm going to say is for those people that already know how to cook. Obviously, the first show is going to be back to basics. We don't know. Things may change. We don't know what's going to be on the show as to yet. But do you sell your kits? Obviously, there's going to be more shows on the telly and more crafter clocks. But do you sell your kits with the tools and without the tools? So we've got both options to buy.
yes, we do. It may not be 100%, but it is supposed to have the option of buying the kit with the tools and without the tools, and we did have the option of specialist tools, because some people might already have the basic tools but they might not have, say, a crimper, or they might not have a round mold, a 3D maker. I'm looking at them, they're over there, but so there are things that some people might not have, but they might have some of the tools. So we do try to do it. It's something I need to go through and have a proper look at and see what I've got or what I haven't got. But yeah, if you already quill, you can just buy the kits as they are.
We like.
You can, if you don't. I mean, I sold one of the flowers, the Blue Star flower, the other day with everything. And obviously it's quite possible that they were giving it as a gift to somebody. So yeah, you can. It's a mixture.
It all depends as well what you want to go for. Once again, go and check out PD Quilling. The details are on the screen at the moment. Go and join them on Facebook as well. I love the Facebook page. I love that lady unboxing. It was hilarious. I was just unboxing with an iron in the background. It was beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to watch. It really made me chuckle. She was well happy with the papers. She was well happy.
I think it is, though. I used to love, I mean, that's something I miss at the minute, apart from when I get this big orders and we get a big box and we can open it and that feels like Christmas. But I do miss getting the paper coming through just as a nice little box. Yeah. But I do make it look nice. I do, because I know what it's like. And it's lovely to get a box that feels nice and feels like somebody's put a bit of effort into it, and we have.
And you put extra. We won't spoil the surprise, but you put extras in the box.
Yeah, I do. Yes.
There are a few extras that go in the box as well when you place an order, so don't just think you're getting what you ordered. Go and check out the website. As I say, there may be more on the shows when we get to the 10th of March, but everything is available. If you liked the daffodils, maybe you're already an established quiller and you want them without the tools.
Perfect for Mother's Day.
It really is. And a bargain of £15. Just going to throw it out there. Absolute bargain. Steal of a deal. It's sold out with all the tools for the daffodils, but you can get the kit and the instructions for £15 on the website. Go and check that out, because I'm loving that.
So now I need to sort of go and sort out the one and put the kits, put the tools in.
Yeah, that one's sold out, just so you know. Also, as well, more for the people, those beautiful pendants, the 3D quilled purple lotus pendant tassel kit, at the moment only on with all the tools. The kits and instructions have sold out, but keep checking back the website and also go and check Hobby Maker as well.
They are on the way. I put an order into
there you go, people.
And they are on the way.
So keep checking back.
So I will have next week. They'll be back in stock.
There you go. Keep checking that website. All the details are on the screen. Facebook, it's PD Quilling. Can't go wrong. Website, pdquilling.com is what you're looking for. Everything's on there. Those 3-dimensional are absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, time has beaten us.
Yeah.
Time has beaten us.
Gone very quick.
I told you it would. It would. Time has beaten us. It's time to go. So look out for Kate on the 10th of March, sometime between 1 and 9, we think. It'll be in that section. It'll be in that realm over on Hobby Maker. All things quilling, PD Quilling is where we're going to with those stunning beginner kits in those drawstring bags as well. So you've got everything you need and more. No doubt there'll be loads more thrown in on that show. I don't want to spoil it as to yet, because the honest answer is neither of us know what else is on the show. So we won't spoil the surprise of what might be on it. But go and check them out. 10th of March. Write it in your diaries. Get it in your planners. Are we live on the 10th of March? Bear with. I'll see if we're in the studio on the 10th of March. Oh, no, I'm working from home. But we may. We may catch up with you on the 10th to see how you're doing. We may give you, and now I've got your phone number, I might phone you while you're there, just to see how you're doing and wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much, Kate. It's an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
It's been great.
Bless you, and you've done very well for your first time as well. Very,
Thank
very
you.
well. Don't go anywhere. Stay where you are, and I'll chat to you when we come off stream
that's
as well.
fine.
So just stay where you are. But I will speak to you in Telewords.
Yeah.
I'll wave goodbye now. I'll see
Yeah.
you in about 3 minutes. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Thanks for
I'll see you
joining us.
shortly. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what a beautiful guest. What a beautiful guest. I think we're in for a treat. I really, really do. So many lovely questions as well. Thank you for all your hard work, your questions. I love them when they all come in. Remember, tonight, 9 o'clock, we're going live again with Late Night Live. Craft O'Clock Late Night Live tonight from 9 till whenever we finish, to be honest. But I will be on. Back again, double bill Thursday. It's a rare. I don't do a double bill normally. And Sunday... This is one for your diaries. Sunday, we are going to be looking... I wrote it down somewhere. That's what the problem is. I have too many diaries. We're going to be looking at the new Studio Light collection is what we're going to be looking at. The brand new Studio Light collection, which doesn't get released until the 6th of Feb. So we've got it well before. Myself and Claire will be here Sunday with all things Studio Light. So we're going to have the first looks at that. I will see you this evening, bright and breezy, 9 o'clock tonight. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. Get on with your chores for the rest of the day. And I will speak to you at 9 tonight. Tune over now. You've got 10 minutes before Hobby Maker starts. Oh, what a lovely day you've